right, man. Here we go. Here we go again. This is our second time, unfortunately, having to talk about this team, talk about our team following a loss. It's a little bit harder to come on the show and speak after a loss, man. But we're gonna let's get through it. I'll start it off, man. What do you take uh on the loss down in Alabama? Spoon, what you got, man? Talk to me.
Ooh, man, I see. I mean, this isn't. Maybe this is by chance, just a coincidence, but all of us are wearing black.
Is it a funeral?
It's like, man, it's rough. I even got my
Dun,
Bible with me.
dun,
I even got my.
dun.
Hey, it's tough right now, man. I think my take from the game was,
Mhm,
man, I was so excited. I get a chance to go out early Saturday morning to the ballpark,
mhm.
and my son's playing fall ball, so everybody's excited. Got on my Mizzou gear. Everybody, man, y'all got to take them down. I mean, people, because Bama, like they have this thing where it's like, they cocky, man.
Yeah,
Everybody can feel
yeah.
that. I feel like Georgia had always kind of, they tooted their horn a little bit more than they actually should have over the years, but
Mhm,
now they're UGA, who they've been handling their business, so they
yeah.
still got that hate for Alabama, man. And so I was around a lot of people who was pulling for Missouri, and just watching the game, I was still excited, man. Looking forward to that one, like we talked about on the pod. I thought we could really go down there. This is the time for us to go down there and play our best ball. We talked a little bit about Luke Cook being a little banged up,
Mhm,
and you can kind of tell that there was something going on there, and when I really think about it, I'm not gonna make excuses, but we didn't get a chance to see our best players go against Bama. So I'll hang my hat on that and say that you know we can bounce back. There's still a lot of great things out there for us to accomplish. I remember we had a team in 2008 and '09 that year, and we kind of lost some games that we thought we shouldn't have lost that took us out of contention for what we wanted.
mhm.
And I remember Coach Tinkle saying, "Hey guys, we can still go get 10 wins. We can still go get 10 wins."
It's true.
So I think if I'm Drink, that's what I'm telling the guys. Man, it's still out there to go out there and be a dominant force and just see where the chips fall. But tough game, tough league, like Mac has always said.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll see how we bounce back. I think we got a week off, and I think that's gonna be good for us.
All right, J Mac, man. Before we get deep into it, give me an overview
Yeah.
of what you saw.
Uh, I thought the defense played well enough to be competitive as long as they could.
Agreed.
Um, I think eventually, man, you just can't overcome some of the things that they had to overcome. I thought early on, I thought they had juice. I thought they had energy defensively, and I thought as the game went on, man, with us not being able to sustain drives, they kept having to run back out there. Eventually, man, against any good ball club, like they're gonna find success. That's a
Yeah.
very good coach team, right? That's a team full of 5 stars all up and down that roster. Eventually, man, you're gonna find success, and I think that's what they did, man. So hats off to the defense. I thought
Mhm.
they played well. Hats off to Johnny Walker, by the way, man.
Oh my.
Uh,
Hey, it was good to
man,
see him.
he's a dog, and I think he put everybody at the next level on notice
Yeah.
with the game that he had and him being able to rush the passer and really honestly kind of single handedly, defense included, but kind of single handedly like
Keep us in that
created some
game.
opportunities to like stay in that
Mhm.
game.
Yeah, you
Uh,
did.
like like Spoon just said, it's unfortunate that we didn't get to see us offensively at our best without Cook. And it's strange because it was a hand injury, right? I'm thinking it's going to be
Yeah,
something with the
with the
knee or
ankle.
ankle or
Yeah.
whatever, So that's a little unfortunate. But offensively, man, we just couldn't do anything, couldn't get it going, man.
Yeah.
And I do commend Kirby for trying to get the ball to Luther early,
Hmm.
quick, let him make some plays, man. That was nothing there, man. And then turning the ball over in that place uh, on that night with a team that's fighting with their back against the wall, right?
Yeah.
With a team that, guess what? There's probably two or three teams in the nation that can have 2 losses and still make the playoffs, and they're one of
That's
them,
one of them.
right?
Yeah.
Like uh, you wasn't gonna overcome that. So it's a
No.
tough one. Um, but we did fight,
Hmm.
right? We did fight. Um, it's a little different taste in the A&M game. Also, I
Yeah,
do
it is.
believe, kind of off topic a little bit, I think A&M's better than what we all thought. I think that's a
Mm.
really good football team, and that coach has those guys like believing,
Yeah.
right? They
Yeah.
believe. They believe they belong. They believe that they can compete with anybody in the SEC.
Hmm.
Um, but so it's a little disappointing, man, to know that like our goals of making the playoffs and competing and a call here or there, a play here or there, like being able to play for that final prize, man. You know, we're not gonna be able to do that this year.
Yeah, I would say, Mac, even though you said it's a little bit off topic, I would say it's not because that helps our strength of schedule. And them being better than we thought, it looks
Yes.
good on our resume, which is why I think we didn't fall out of top 25. You know what I mean? Because we
But
lost to two teams that were both top, 10 caliber teams.
what do we know?
25, I think.
So
And yeah, I think so.
the problem's going to be if those games were close.
Mm,
We have a we have a case.
hmm
If
Hmm.
those games
Hmm.
were close. Right now, our best win is over a Vanderbilt team that we had no idea was going to be a good football team, but they are.
Hmm.
They are.
But we've gotten blown out
Yeah.
in those games, and I think that is going to hurt. Even if we went out, we have Oklahoma's not as good as we thought,
Mm-mm.
right?
They
So
play well. They play well this past week.
yeah, they
They
did.
Yeah.
deserve
But
it.
they lost, right?
Yeah.
Another
Yeah,
L.
but like at the end of the day, you got to put up wins, right? We can go 10-2. We're
Hmm
not sniffing the playoffs because
No.
you're gonna put a 10-2 Bama in, you're gonna put a 10-2 Ole Miss in, you're gonna put even though I don't even think Ole Miss is gonna get in with two losses, but you're gonna put a
But
ten and
they're,
two
yeah.
UGA in, a 10-2 Texas in,
Yeah.
10-2 Ohio State in, all over those other teams, and that's just
Agreed.
how I feel.
Agreed. Spoon, talk to me about what you saw from the defense early versus what you saw when we came out at halftime.
Well, um, it really comes down to getting some good going on the other side of the ball, man. Because like I said, we pack our defense first. Defense and
Hmm
special teams, you got to take it on the road with you. You need to be at your best. Those first five drives, I'd put that defense out there with anybody, But
Agreed.
once back on the field very quickly, once you start having these turnovers and things go the opposite way, there's going to be a time where defense is just going to say, "Hey, man, we can't." The human element just kicks in, and you
Yeah.
just we
hmm
can't get a break, we can't get nothing. And they fought, man. I think they didn't score a touchdown until the sixth drive, but at
Yeah.
that point, I knew that if it took them that long to crack our code, that we wouldn't be the same defense coming out. I just
hmm
knew that would be the case, and you really just got to go back to the fact that you know, they came out, they're at home, they're fighting, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They got after us, but late in the game, and it's a little bit discouraging to see, the yards after contact. Yards after
Yeah.
contact is some things, you just don't want to put that on tape because it gives the other team confidence that's coming after you. And I know we got a week off, and like we've talked about, we're probably not playing for what we wanted to play
hmm
for, but we still got a job to do. Hats off to Coach Batum for bringing that defense down there and having them
They
ready to
did.
play. He
hmm
had them ready to go, but like I said, man, you can only pressure bust pipes, right? And
hmm
shoot, if you got a leak in that pipe, shoot, 9 times out of 10, you let that time go, and that leak just gets bigger,
Yeah.
bigger, and
Yeah.
bigger, man. And that was kind of what I
Yeah.
saw. But I'm still proud of the way we went down and fought. It's definitely a different feeling than the A&M game,
hmm
but I wouldn't hang my hat on that. I mean, ain't no moral victories. You
That's
got to
what I'm
go out.
saying. That's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah,
That's
that's
tough.
why I
Agreed.
don't like.
If you
I
feel
love
like
drink. I love
yeah
drink. It's just some things, man, just need to be. I'm keeping that with my guys in
yeah
house, man, because I want them to know, okay, I know he's telling them he's showing them that he has their back,
hmm
standing up
yeah
for them. And I know that's the head coach's job. But at the end of the day, I don't think that will be the same type of vibe he'll have in those meetings throughout this
hmm
bye week. I think it's going to be, it's going to be tell the truth moments in
yeah
there as
yeah yeah
opposed
yeah
to
yeah yeah.
kind of let's do what we got to do when we're standing on the podium.
hmm
Hey Kev, real quick,
Yeah.
I think that you can't have the goals and aspirations that we have, right, and have moral victories. Not a thing.
True.
There's no moral
True.
victories, right? If we've arrived, right, which everybody feels like we have, right, there's no
hmm
moral victories. So yeah, you can fight. You can fight all you want. I told my kids the other day, like, hey, love to fight, win the game.
Win
Bro,
the game.
it's
Win the
almost
game.
an insult. It's almost an insult to
You feel
say
what I'm
like,
saying? Like,
man,
love to fight,
my
right?
boy
I
showed
got
fought.
y'all back. I love it. But
Fought.
let's fight better. Let's figure out
Yeah.
ways to fight better. So,
Hmm.
like, it sucks because, like you said, we didn't get to see like, but everybody's banged up. Everybody has injuries, right? It's a next man up mentality. Maybe, hey, maybe that's where we're not caught up.
Mm.
Is the depth? I don't know.
Mm.
You feel what I'm saying? But
But I
like
see what you're
these are
saying
now
though.
questions that you
Yeah.
have to start asking. Now, quarterback is always the big one, right?
Right.
Because it's
Right.
tough, right? But man, like we couldn't get nothing going. And I'm not gonna place the blame on the Q because I don't know. I'm not there. But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
we can't turn the ball over.
You can't
And
do it.
you gotta get something going.
So
You gotta
that's
get
that's
something
that's
going.
my question when I'm talking about getting kind of down to the nuts and bolts. You had the backup QB in the game, and what was that first quarter on or second quarter on? You basically know this is who I'm going to play for the rest of this game.
Yeah.
What do you change offensively? Like, do I just go out and is it business as usual, or do I have to make some adjustments to get
I
to
think
allow
it's
him to be successful?
I think it's a fine line. And Spoon, you can talk about how
Mm-hmm.
when you see backup quarterbacks, how a
Mm,
defensive coordinator's mind might change. But it's a fine line with like changing too much to almost a point to where your kids are like, yo, does coach don't believe in him? Coach don't believe in us? Like,
mm,
or changing just enough to be like, hey, I'm trying to do what I can to help this guy coming in,
mm,
right, be successful. And I said it last week, right, that hey, when Cook went out, like I've been saying it even when Cook's been in, bro, we gotta establish the run game.
yeah,
Like
Man.
you, you got to. At that point in the game, yeah, nothing's rolling, but it's a 3-0 game,
it's a
right?
three
Well,
nothing game.
6-0 game. Like at we're still like there's no time to like say, hey, we got to do this. Let's establish a run game. And once again, that's not me questioning Kirby. I hope everybody
Mm,
understands that.
mm.
That's just
Right.
me
Right.
saying, yo, like that helps.
It
That
does help.
clearly helps. Yeah,
It helps, and it prolongs the game. Let's just be honest. We're talking about if you know you don't have your weapons flowing. Let's make this a knockout drag out. It's gonna be a slow fight. You know what I mean? You're not gonna come out here. We're gonna turn the ball. We're not gonna three and out, boom, boom, boom. And you're gonna only waste it. You know, 45 to a minute off. No, 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 no. We go run that ball. You know what I mean? And establish something that we can hang our hat on. Give our defense a little bit of time to catch their breath. You know what I mean? But Spoon, talk to me about what you
Yeah.
see as a D coordinator when the opposing team has a backup in the game now.
Right, man. And like you said, we're talking about the other perspective now. We're talking about
Mm-hmm.
the other team.
Mm-hmm.
What I saw from Pine down in Columbia, he got a chance to play. Right.
Yeah, he did.
He threw 21 passes.
Mm-hmm.
So now we got something out there to prepare for him about. Right. The
it's
other
true.
quarterback is getting the MRI during the game,
Yeah.
so we know. Hey, I mean, I'm pretty sure it might have been some Greg Williams talk in that locker room. Hey, we get Cook, we get Cook up out here, and we know who the other guy is, and we know
Yeah.
that we can be a little bit more exotic against him. That's going to throw them off a bit. Yeah, he had some reps last week, but now we're kind of prepared for that. So we have two
Mm-hmm.
plans in order as a defensive coordinator for
That's
seeing
true.
Cook, a hobbled Cook, and then we're looking at Pine, right? And when
That's
he
true.
comes in, it's like, oh yeah, you just get excited. I never forget when I played for the Falcons my rookie year. I didn't have my best game, but I remember being in the game and we won. And after the game, our coaches had never been that jovial, but they knew a guy by the name of Jimmy Clausen was in Carolina, and Jimmy had a little trouble throwing it outside the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna be honest, man. Those coaches, you think they went about their week stressing out about what they were gonna see from Jimmy? They knew we stopped D'Angelo Williams and we stopped Jonathan Stewart and Mike Goodson, and that should be it. Should be a wrap. It should be a wrap. So the D coordinator and the defense, your eyes have
Mm-hmm.
to light up when you see the backup, and I think that was you have an opportunity to get some plays that can cause havoc, and they did a great job of that. Even when Cook was in the game, it goes
Mm-hmm.
back to what Max says about establishing the run, and so it's not a shot. Bro, we're just talking ball. We're talking what we
Yeah.
see. We have
Yeah.
experience. We know. We're not
Mm-hmm.
saying that we can do that job or that he's wrong or right or indifferent. But also, what speaks volumes to a team is when I see flea flickers and and
I didn't mind it.
I like it, Mac. But you
Yeah.
got it. We got to set it up though. Come on.
Yeah.
We got to set up flea flickers with
I,
runs. like we
I'm with
Like
you.
I
Like
need Stacey's
you
to bite down.
when I see the flea flicker, it's like, oh, they gonna do a flea
but
flicker. Oh, they ain't got nothing. They done.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
hey,
telling
but
my
we
guy.
didn't even. but we didn't even get a chance to see it develop because he had pressure.
Well. So I would argue that we did get to see it develop. It just didn't. It wasn't going to work. There was an angle they showed of that play
Okay.
where
It was.
you
Oh
had
yeah.
safety
The
was still
receiver to the
back there.
right was covered. He was double.
Yes, he was double. I
Okay.
was like,
Yeah.
nobody open.
Yeah.
Like you can't
Yeah.
flea
You're right.
flicker if the safety not biting. It's a
You
wrap.
gotta get. You just have to. You can. I mean, I love it in a rivalry game. I love it in a rivalry
Yeah.
game. That's
Yeah.
something Sean Payton would do. But we're Missouri. they're they're Bama. I know you probably
Hmm.
can't see both my hands, but like, bro, they got national championships, and here we are picked at the bottom of the league last year, and we
Hmm.
showed that, hey, y'all better stop playing with us. And
Hmm.
so the way we did that was handing that ball off and playing that good defense. And I
Yeah.
think if we just come out from because we played that good defense in the beginning of that game, and we had a chance. We were giving our offense a chance. Like, okay, they're gonna catch it. They're
Hmm.
gonna catch it. They're gonna make something happen.
Yeah.
But man, it was just a little demoralizing. And I think that message, because when I see things like that, I'm like, yes, if I'm on the other side, like a flea flicker, onside
Yeah.
kick, they know they can't beat us. Like that.
Hey,
Yeah. That's true. It's
but
true.
here's another thing, right? Like came out, called a quick screen to Luther, called another one on the next drive. Like that could have been an extension of their run game, which is
Yeah,
part of the
Mm.
plan, which I'm okay. Like, and that's another thing. Like, Spoon, I'm glad you said it. Like,
Mhm.
that's not us sitting up here saying, "Yo, hey, I can do that job better than him." Or like, no, I'll
No,
never
no, I
be
know
that
I
guy.
can't. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so that could have been part of the plan to be an extension of the run
Hmm.
game, getting the ball out quick to your playmakers too.
and it
They just
protects your
sniffed it out.
quarterback. It protects
Yeah,
Cook. You're right.
they
You're right.
just sniffed it out. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So like, it's just one of those things where we're like, yeah, could have done this, could have done that, and like maybe should have, but like honestly, I can sit up here and say like, them boys, Bama came to play defensively.
They did. They did.
They came to play.
They
They
did.
came to play. Like I mean, talks about their corners having trouble, right? They
Hmm.
made plays, intercepted the ball, right? They also on the one deep pass to Luther, they ran that safety right over there to him. You know what I mean? So like
Oh
they
yeah.
had a plan for that as well. So it's one of those things, man, where like you could talk about all that. Like I felt like listen, that was a big game for them.
It
They
was.
knew their backs was against the wall. Uh, Defensively, I thought like I'm sure the message of being saying all week, hey, this is a big game for us. Hey, we need to go out and execute. We need to do this. But like the problems we've seen offensively kind of showed up again against probably the best defense we've played so far, right? Like so,
Yeah.
it's
Except for
just it's
A&M
just
that day, but
yeah,
That day.
and
Yeah.
that
That
day,
day.
yeah.
Yeah.
mhm.
So it's just it was tough, bro. Like uh, if we all knew the answers, right, it would have never happened.
Yeah.
So like it's one of those things, man, where it's a good learning experience, and like you said, it's also a little, you know, I'm not gonna say upsetting, but it's a little uneasy as fans because like we wanted to be there, right? We
Yeah.
wanted to
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
all these goals and
Hmm.
expectations
Hmm.
because these were expectations.
Yeah.
The expectation wasn't to go down to Tuscaloosa and lose 34 nothing. Like
No.
that's
Right.
So
so like
I won't be as critical because of the quarterback. Like I'm gonna put a lot of stock in Cook, especially what
yeah,
he did week before, going out, coming back. We see a different team when he's in the game.
yes,
But I'm gonna take this time to also, even though he's no longer wearing black and gold, I gotta praise Cody Schrader. Like I have to. I like our backs, the committee we're running with.
And we didn't have our
we were
backs.
one short,
We didn't
and we
have
were one
our
short.
backs. That's
That's true.
another thing.
That's
We
true.
were
So
missing one
I
too.
like
we were definitely banged
I
up.
like Jamal. I like Jamal, right?
Yeah.
St. Louis
But
kid, I like him a lot. Uh, there's a reason why eight won the job,
yeah,
right? There's a
he's doing
reason why
something
eight
right.
won the job. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm with you. Keep going. I'm sorry. Keep
But
going.
but I think we were able to hang our hat on Schrader going out there and giving us 100, 115 yards a game. Like
The clock,
I
controlling the
and the
clock,
clock, we
extending the
were in
drive.
control. So now, like you said, like the spoon with the flea flicker. Schrader's not back there. I'm not scared. You know what I mean? Like I'm coming down here because I know Schrader can get it going early. But
Hmm.
now, if I'm safety, am I really that gung ho to get downhill? Maybe not. So it's not no shot at any tailback we are playing right now. But I do want to take the time to praise Cody because I think, in essence, even though the stat sheet show it too, but I know Luther got a lot of shine. I think the heart and soul of that offense was him. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Cook was a great player last year. Like I think he's doing well this year too. But the heart and soul, the heartbeat of that offense was in Schrader. And we've all talked tonight about the run game. We got to establish a run, or how the run could have helped us that game by even prolonging the clock. Well, you missing your ace. You know what I mean? You're missing your ace. You shaking your head like you think he can still get
No,
done without him.
no. I just don't think we've been as committed to doing it this year. Yeah, I mean, we don't know the reasons as to why like we haven't like been as like committed to it this year,
Hmm.
right? It could be, hey, you know, these linemen maybe they're better at pass pro, maybe they're more gap scheme linemen, maybe I
Okay.
don't know why we haven't been as committed to running our zone game. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? I don't know. So, you know, it could be the fact that like they don't think they have a guy who can carry the load. Like I don't we don't know.
Hmm.
So it's like I said, it's really easy to sit on the sideline and say, hey, you should do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But like it's really hard when you're not in that locker room every
Hmm.
day watching practice, seeing the installations, seeing on film, and like watching the coaches cut film. It's really
Hmm.
hard to say.
Hmm. So I'm also gonna say this. I think, and I want y'all's opinion about how the not particularly the plays you call, but the style you're running in offense and defense. In a game like that, quarterback down, tailback is out. In my opinion, essence of the flea flicker, I want to see a lot more where that came from. Like you have nothing to lose. What's preventing somebody from putting those kind of plays on tape in a game where it's a must win? Why not? Why aren't we seeing halfback passes? Why aren't we seeing reverses? Like I'm thinking, call everything you got. You have nothing to lose.
I think it's a, it's a little bit of two. It's a mixture of things, but I think ultimately it's a sense of belief in what you've done and who you have on your team, and
Hmm.
knowing what you do every day, right? So if you kind of try to reinvent yourself, it sends a message. Like, but that's why I do like hitting somebody with a flea flicker on the first drive, but you gotta hit it. When you don't hit it, it doesn't have the
Yeah.
effect that it's like you just
Hmm.
because man, I can remember going in the Saints building and Sean Payton, bro, he'd try some stuff on you, and
Hmm.
you like, man, what is that? What are even? They got one of the best quarterbacks you ever seen, and they, running a reverse pass, throwing it with Devery Henderson or some Robert Meacham or something. I mean, just things that you would think like, man, why would they do that? But it's to get you rolling, get you back on your heels,
Hmm.
and if you can complete that, then it opens it up for more things, right? Because it makes your defense okay. We got to kind of watch out. They own some trick stuff.
Yeah.
We need to make sure we clear this before we actually pursue to the ball, and it can actually slow the defense down. But
Hmm.
just when it's not hit, it ain't gonna happen, right? And then like now we're down 34 nothing. I think bringing in the backup quarterback to the backup quarterback, that's like trying to change it up type of thing. Like that's okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's bring him in, see if he can spark us or something. But let's
Hmm.
not go off the
Hmm.
reservation completely and try to run the what's they call the annexation of Puerto
Puerto
Rico or nothing.
Rico.
The little
Yeah.
Giants.
Maybe that's what they're thinking, man. I don't know, man, but I
Hmm.
really believe that if we make one of those big plays on those, if we can just tie that game up early, like I think
Hmm.
we'll settle down. We'll settle down, and we're like, okay, let's get it. But when they went 13 nil on us, I'm like, uh-oh.
When the
And the
turnovers didn't
quarterback
help.
not in the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a little,
And
that's tough,
it happened fast. Right. I think that may have been like Hines' third play when he threw an interception. You know what I mean?
right?
And then Bama goes and they score off of that. Like
Yeah.
it when it started to get bad, it got bad at an alarming rate. So much so I think it gave Bama confidence. Like they came out and Miro was like a better player. He ran the ball more. The passing down the field wasn't like contested. It was just like catch, couple moves, tackle. I'm like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
it looked like it got easier for Bama as the game went on. And Spoon, you spoke to that earlier, like, hey, towards the end, I want to see some of these tackles that were missed. I want to see us wrap up, or I want to see us like a little bit tighter coverage. And I think both of y'all are right. It's that weighs on you over time, offensively
Yeah.
and defensively. Like if I'm a star wide out and my guy's not in the game, and we've had a couple interceptions. Every player in the country, they got to be honest, that's going to weigh on you.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You can
I
Hey,
compete.
question.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. I got. Go ahead.
One question, Mac. Kevin was talking about star wideouts. How has this season's performance from our wideout group may have affected the draft status of players that might not be there next year?
Mm,
I don't know because we still got how many games we
Still,
got left?
what,
Four.
3 or 4? Yeah.
Four. I
of
I
course, a bowl game.
I think if you ask me that after the season, I give you a better.
Hmm.
Because here's the deal. It's not. Yeah. It's not the fact that receivers are playing bad or
No.
Brady's playing bad. Like for whatever reason, nothing's gelling. But like it's been that way all year.
Yeah. Hmm.
So something is just not gelling, right? So
Hmm.
whether it's schematically, whether it's personnel, whether it's preparation by other teams,
Hmm.
right?
I was, yeah. Hmm.
Something's not gelling. So uh, I can answer that better after the year.
Okay.
Uh, Spoon, you just said something. It's when you don't. I'm sorry, Kevin, you said this. It's tough to change what you do schematically because you're planning a big game,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Mm.
All of a sudden, you go out there and like, here's double passes and reverse pass and this halfback pass and halfback flanker reverse and
Hmm.
complete. It's tough to do that when you're not known for that. You take Ben Johnson with the Lions. Oh, you better believe
Everything
It's
is
give
up.
you something. Hmm.
5 to 7 plays is gonna be something unique.
Some, yeah. Hmm.
Like, but he's known for that.
But my thing was, it wasn't come out the gate with that. It is after the circumstances have presented themselves. Quarterback down, tailback down, offense cannot move the ball. Now I'm thinking, all right, take your mask off. Let's go. Try something.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
me.
here's also the deal. Here's also the deal. Hey, Spoon. Hey,
Mhm.
Spoon. Hey, Spoon. Tell his defense, hey man, they can't get nothing. Watch anything. Watch the trickery. Because you. So now
Mhm.
I'm alerted. Now I'm ready for that. You know what happens when we up big in games? Expect anything, fellas.
That's true. Hmm.
So like I think it's just a fine line, man. I don't know. That's never really been what we do. So like
No, it
I'm
hasn't.
not mad at us for like not emptying like the vault because we can't get anything going,
See,
right?
I think how I feel now is just like I don't know what we do offensively. Like it's kind of like we had an identity, like Kevin speaking about with Cody. It was kind of like,
Hmm.
all right, you're gonna have to deal with seven today, right?
Yeah.
It seems like even if a game where I feel like I'm lesser matched, that like you think Navy went out against Notre Dame was like we about to pass this month, like we we know we
No, they
about
did.
to,
That's true.
even though they might go down swinging with what you do is really just my thing, man. Like
Okay.
I just really want to see us be tough, man. And I'm a gap scheme guy
Hmm.
because it's more so like mano y mano. The zone scheme is kind of like undisciplined, right? Like because
Hmm.
when the Mike linebacker, the center's gonna take his step first, right? So I'm
Hmm.
reacting to him. He's already cut me off, right? So I can go behind him real quick and try to,
Try to
get
shoot
behind
Nick.
it.
Hmm.
And then I do that. He just walled me off, sent me the other. Now I just created like two
A
gaps for the
bigger
whole
hole. Yeah.
defense.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Man, it's just like, man, I want us to be tough, and we have this persona of that we're a tough football team, and we're expected to do well, and I just think we maybe should have taper down our expectations a little bit, man, just with what we've seen from them this year.
Man, no.
Oh, and you know what? I
Listen,
might agree.
listen. No, no.
You know, I don't understand. He's only saying that the expectations may have been a little bit too high.
But that's
He's
why we're
not
so
saying it's not a
harsh on them
good
right
player.
But
now.
here's
Like,
the
Right.
deal. Why though? Why? Here's why the expectations should not change. The roster ain't changed. The recruiting classes ain't changed.
Good point.
The guys we have ain't changed. The coaches didn't change.
With the
The
exception of the defense
coordinator
coordinator, yeah,
changed.
yeah.
yeah, we understand that. Yeah, we get exactly what you're saying. We got heat. We got heat.
We
So my
tried.
expectations, we did not meet our expectations, right? If we go 10-2 and miss the playoffs, right?
Hmm.
I don't think that this was a successful season for us. Now,
Mm.
Mizzou fans may call me crazy. The year we went 10-4 after we went,
We didn't
that
like
was
that.
not a successful season for us.
No,
Hey,
we
we
won the
walking
Not
away.
us.
We
Not
walking
the
away
people close to
winning the
that locker
Alamo
room.
Bowl. We winning the
Alamo
Alamo Bowl
Bowl.
with frowns on
Yeah,
our faces. Hey man,
yeah.
Yeah.
my trophy in my bathroom.
Man, listen, I don't. Nah, hey, listen.
I
Mine
got
is on display. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie
my
It's in
daughter.
my.
Hey, my daughter said, "Daddy," my daughter said, "Daddy, you got this trophy? It's in the bathroom." I was like,
to you.
Yeah, baby.
"Yes."
you know, you know what I mean? Like, man, like I said, man, it to us, right? That was a disappointing season,
It was. Mm.
right? Like, yeah, you won 10 games, you won 22 games over 2 years. Man, we were one play away from being in the 90.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm sorry, a quarter and a half.
Yeah,
Of the previous year, yeah. Mhm.
Yes, man, that ain't. Come on, man. Like,
and
so
just like last year,
yes,
our team they handled their business.
yes, it's easy to say, yo, like, because we have it, because we didn't do it, maybe we shouldn't expect it. No, man, I expected it. I expected us to go down to Tuscaloosa and compete and fight and find a way to win that football game, man.
Mhm.
True, I
So
did too.
So
okay, where do you go from here? We know that your the big picture goals may not be there. How do you motivate a team as a player? How am I getting up for games to finish this season off strong? You don't want to like let go of the rope and you go lose to a. I'm not sure who we have next. You go lose to somebody who you have no business losing to. How do you
Man,
keep the team motivated? And as players, what are we saying to ourselves?
I'm gonna move everybody in the dorms. No more NILs. Everybody in the dorm.
It's over.
I wish I
Nah.
could do that to them. But the way you
he's
move on, the way you
Hmm.
move on from it, the way you move on from it is we haven't done anything.
Hmm.
We're talking about a Vandy win being our best win. And
Oh,
hats off to Vandy. We beat a Boston College team that was ranked.
was that's a good point. Hmm.
The other two teams in the SEC that are ranked beat us 75 to 10 combined. You got to get that taste out of your mouth. The only way that you can get that taste out of your mouth is actually going out there and taking it out on other people. I mean, I don't care who I'm. If me and my wife playing dominoes on the app and she busts me down, she gon' screenshot it.
Hmm.
She gon' talk. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? But when my daughter get her phone and start playing me, and it got her mama name on it, I'm still gon' I don't care who over there playing.
It's true.
I'm gonna beat her down. I want her knocking every time. We
yep.
got to go out with the mindset that hey, our season may be in a place that we didn't expect it to be, but now it's even more so important to go out and put something good on tape in SEC play because we just haven't done a lot of that. And all these guys are playing for more than just the university.
Yeah.
These guys are playing for their livelihoods. Some people never gonna play again after this, right? But if you go out here
Mhm.
these last few weeks of the season and put yourself on the map by having a game like Johnny Walker just had against a team where you got these pro prospects. I think it's a great opportunity, man, to go out and just show that you're still the football player that you thought you
Hmm.
were gonna be, even though the team hasn't been as successful. Just show that okay, we still got dogs at Mizzou, and let's go ahead and keep our head up, man, and our
I like
chest
that.
out, bro, and beat that thing a little bit. Like, hey, we here, we gonna
I like
fight to
that.
the end.
I like that. Meg, what are you telling your team?
I think that these next 4 games are important for the future of Missouri football.
Mm. 10-2
If
looks
we,
a lot better than
yes,
you know.
if we want to continue the type of classes we've gotten, if we
Hmm.
want to continue the transfers that we've gotten, these next 4 games are extremely important, and whatever bowl game we go to,
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
because with so much parity right now in the national, I'm sorry, national in
In
NCAA,
the
right?
in the
In it,
national, you're right.
yeah, with so much
You
parity
right.
in like and with NIL, which Mizzou is doing well apparently,
Hmm.
right? Okay, but now guys still want to go play for winners,
Good point. Great
right?
point.
And guess who also wants to donate to winners? The people paying the big bucks.
Yeah. Hmm.
So the more you win, right? They'll do it for a while, right? You look at what Dion's doing in Colorado. You love it, right? You
Hmm.
love it. You love it. You love it. Guess what? After a while, if you don't start competing at
Yeah.
the highest of highs,
Hmm.
right? That's gonna start going down.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
yeah, this year is great, right? This has been an awesome year for them, right? If Dion goes 9-3, 10-2 this year, right? Expectations for next year might be mighty high because of these classes he's bringing in. Even though
Yeah.
you're losing Shador, even though you're losing Travis,
Yeah.
even though we're losing Luther and some of those guys, right?
Hmm.
Expectations gonna still be here because you've now proven that hey, when you start getting good players in, right, wins come. So these good players are still coming,
Good point.
right?
Good point.
You gotta start winning at the highest of highs. So that's why I say these next four games are really important for the future of Missouri football in a climate in which it's like almost kind of like what have you done for me lately, even for the
Oh,
players,
yes.
like
Yes.
because
No,
all right,
like
it ain't here. All right, peace. I'm going. I'm gonna go get this over here.
Mm.
yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm looking at our schedule. We have Oklahoma, South Carolina, Mississippi State, and then Arkansas.
Yeah,
If you don't finish your season strong, you end up losing guys, whether it's in the portal that are looking to find a new home or from
yeah,
your own school, you end up losing guys to those four schools. Because that's the
absolutely.
tier you put yourself in. So I think you're a great point. Like if you don't take care of business against Oklahoma, against South Carolina, Mississippi State, Arkansas, you're gonna look up and you're gonna face guys that used to wear black and gold for those same teams. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you right now that Arkansas game is gonna be tough. It's a rival game, right?
They're 5-3. Not a bad
South
ball club.
Carolina is a good
Running back,
football team.
nice.
They played South Carolina
Right?
played a lot of people tough. Yeah.
You should beat Mississippi State, but guess what? Two of Mississippi State's best games were against
Big
The big
teams.
Georgia
dog.
and
Yeah.
Texas, right? Like so, like you should, you know what I mean? So like, that's what
uh,
people don't like. People don't understand, man. Them games, you gotta have those games, right? And
mhm.
listen, we said Tuscaloosa was gonna be hard,
Hmm.
right? Right now, guess what? I said the Oklahoma game was gonna be hard. We should beat Oklahoma.
Well, they're
Yeah, we
four and
should.
four. We should take care of business.
We
We
really
should
should.
take care of it. You
But
know
they
what I mean?
got talent
So
on that side. They got talent on that team too.
yeah,
But
but
I think uh, we're gonna go back to this too. A lot of people hang their head when their goals can't when you
yeah,
can't see that that we were right there, we were right there. If we do that, man, it's gonna be a long 5 weeks. So I think this bye comes right on time to get
Yeah.
some good vibes with the team and
Hmm.
practicing and doing some things, seeing some younger guys, get some ops and stuff, get some energy in this
Yeah.
group, man, because we're gonna need it. You guys just said that's a grinder going through the. I don't know, but one man on this podcast that beat Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's Kevin. You know what I'm saying? So
They got.
nah,
I mean, shit, you think they not gonna talk about man Venerables? He gonna have them ready to go against Missouri. They
Yeah.
man Arkansas top back in the conference, man.
Yeah.
Score more touchdowns than anybody. South Carolina can beat anybody. I saw interesting. The head coach for Georgia State left Georgia State to go run South Carolina's offense. Who leaves the head coach's job to go be the OC besides Chip
Yeah.
Kelly going to get with? I mean, it's
Of
it's
Ohio State.
it's
Yeah.
it's not gonna be
what?
easy, but it will be worth it. It will be worth it, and I think Drake he can really hang his hat on that. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it if we
I
stick
love
in
that.
there, man. Because you get those 10 wins,
Yeah,
you're grooving
yeah.
and recruiting.
The
I love it.
the the SEC championship is it still East West?
I don't know. I was trying to figure it out. I'm not sure. That's how they
Okay,
it's broken up now. I don't know. It's the
okay.
top two
Because I
teams.
was
I don't
gonna
know.
say like, is it because if it's still East West, if Georgia drops two more, like does that then put us? I don't know. I'm just
Hey,
this is me. This is me just
hey,
this is
hey,
me
Matt,
just talking now.
Matt,
I don't
sound like
know.
you praying on their downfall.
Yeah. I am.
You know
I
I
hope
am.
everybody lose. I
but
hope. I hope a lot of teams lose.
We
So
need it.
I'll say this as we close. I know both of you will remember this quote from Coach Pinkel as we're going into this next month. The teams that win in November will be what?
remember,
Remember. Mm.
And that says it all. You have to win out in November. You got 4 games in that month. Win them all and sit back and see
Hey,
where you end up. But you're
yeah,
25 now. You win them all. It's gonna be a lot of teams losing.
yeah, you'll
You
just
can't
move
be
from.
sitting around at 17, 15 towards the end of that
yeah.
of that that 4 game stretch. Let's be
And
honest.
who knows what's gonna happen, right? Like with these other, I mean, man, all we gotta do is take care of ours, man. I mean, that's why it's so disheartening that the games that are considered our biggest game
Mhm.
was the last one that we just, I know we didn't have our full clip, but that just hurts my heart to
Mhm.
not get a touchdown. Mac, remember we beat Colorado
Not get a
58 to
touchdown.
nothing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I saw Dan Hawkins at Nike that next year, and when I got to the league, he said, "Man, y'all got me fired." Them shutouts, them shutouts mean, man, they threw the starters back in there. Did y'all see that? Man, that meant a lot. Bro,
Bro,
we
It's a
got
good
the,
point. It's a good
didn't we
point.
throw our starters back in that
we
game?
had to.
Yeah, didn't we throw our
We
starters?
protected that shutout, bro. That meant a lot,
That's
man.
tough. That's tough to do, man.
Y'all got me
Gracious.
fired. All right, fellas. Look, it was a good time, as it always is, man. And we look forward to coming back off this bye week, man, and talking to y'all again about Oklahoma, which could end up being another dogfight if people aren't back. Yeah.
Real quick question. Real quick question. Who's the best team in the nation?
I mean, it's hard to go against Oregon.
Okay.
They haven't lost. Like I said, it's hard. I think my top three, not according to what the stats are saying, but I'm gonna go Oregon, I'm gonna go Georgia, and I'm gonna still say Texas is in my top three.
I'm gonna
Texas
go.
hasn't looked that good lately, but they are.
I'm gonna go Georgia.
Hmm.
Then I'm gonna go Oregon behind them.
Mm.
Then I'm gonna go Ohio State. Then Texas.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness. No
Because
Penn State in
Ohio
there?
State should have beat Oregon. I don't know what happened. What
Uh,
that rule is when you got
listen.
12 men on the
Oh yeah, yeah,
field.
yeah, that was crazy.
All I don't know what happened there,
Yeah.
but and then that Jeremiah Smith cat, and what they got going
He
on,
can
I
play.
like that.
He
I
can play.
like that, man. So I don't know,
Yeah.
and I also feel like Oregon last year that game Oregon and Georgia to open the season up.
Mhm.
Ooh, hey, Georgia beat them like a drum.
They did.
I think I think it's I think it's Georgia, Texas. I
Texas.
think it's Georgia, Texas. Okay. I still think Bama's up there. And then I'm gonna go your Big Ten teams in Oregon and Ohio State. I think those
What
are my
about
top five.
what about some undefeated teams that may
I
not
think Penn
get the
Indiana.
State
love?
comes in at about six. I think Penn State
Indiana.
somewhere around 9, 10, right? Because you have to.
Yeah.
But
Them at Indiana.
I'm
Undefeated.
taking all
Pitt,
three
Pitt.
SEC teams before I take Oregon and Ohio State.
I wouldn't do that so much. You know why? Because that's one thing I wanted to say about this SEC. It's like, oh yeah, it's a grinder every week. Look at all the conferences, bro. They got about 16 teams in it. About 4 or 5 of them ranked. I don't care which
Yeah.
conference
Right
you
now,
look at.
yeah.
Maybe the Big 12 might be under a little bit, in my opinion. But you look at that Big 10, and then I even over in the ACC, like I won't sleep on the Clemson. I won't sleep on the Pitt.
Miami.
And then the Big 10. Oh, Miami over there too. They the
They
ones.
got three teams, yeah, over there. That's true. Every
Man,
conference has
But they
listen.
three or four teams.
I'm taking Georgia, Texas, and Alabama as two lost Alabama to beat Miami of Florida. Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
I can't say that. I'm sorry. I haven't seen
hey,
enough
Oregon's win versus
Ohio State.
Illinois was really impressive.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah,
Because
handily.
Illinois ain't no
Mm-mm.
pushover.
No,
But it's
I
gonna be
think
interesting to see, bro. It's still out
yeah,
there, bro.
yeah.
It's
It's
wild.
out there. It's out there.
One
All
thing I
right.
got to say,
Yeah.
Deion Sanders going to Florida State next year or what?
Why not? That's my response. Why not?
Yeah. If the Florida job's over, I'm taking Florida over Florida State.
But that's where he went though, Mac.
I
You wouldn't turn
understand that.
down Missouri to go to Kansas based
Yeah,
on
I
he just
think
wouldn't do
I
that.
think I think that it makes I think Florida's a better job than Florida State. Even though he went to Florida State, I just think Florida's a gold mine, bro. It's just Florida's a gold mine.
Is it the Jordan? What makes it better than
No,
Florida
it's just
State?
Florida. It's a gold mine, dog. I'm telling you, man. Just
Oh
FSU's
Lord.
been FSU, in my personal opinion, has been has been irrelevant for too long, right? Now you can talk about last year,
Yeah.
but like,
that quarterback losing the quarterback.
but they've been irrelevant for too long in the grand scheme of things. I'll never call any place irrelevant because that's not
Mhm.
how I get down. But in the grand scheme of things, right, how people look at it, I just think, and to be honest with you, I think that guy has that job for another year if he wants it.
He probably does.
I think the
Norville.
Florida,
Yeah.
yeah, I think Florida's coach has a better
You
chance
kinda,
of getting out of
if
there.
you go 1-11 and you went 12-0 last year. Like, is that not a conversation? Like, I mean, sheesh.
I mean, you lost
Dang, man.
everybody. You
Jeez.
lost everybody.
Still, you supposed to be a coach, like, and you're in the ACC. It ain't. It ain't.
I feel like Dion's leash would be longer in Florida State than it is at Florida. Like at Florida, Florida's also a
True.
place where you go in there and losing, that SEC getting a whoop up on you.
You
Yeah.
out.
Them boys, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Dion just stays at Colorado and continues to build that program. But I mean, he's gonna be a hot name.
Nah, I think his time is up. His time is up in Colorado. His son's leaving. It's a wrap. Come on.
My man just built a whole custom locker room. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
Not
they do
next year, at least.
concerts. They do concerts after the game.
Imagine what
No,
they get.
no, 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 not for the team. He built a custom locker room for himself.
Yeah,
You see that?
but imagine what he can
You
do
seen
with
that?
Florida State or Florida money. It's come on, come on, come on, dog. I don't. Good luck, Brown. Good luck.
Huh?
I'll put a
Mr.
safe
Pike?
on your hands.
Sarah Pike? Huh?
All right, y'all, man. Have a
Man,
good
love
one
being on here with y'all boys, man. It's good to see
every
y'all.
every week, man. We'll do it again in a
Appreciate
couple
y'all.
weeks, y'all. All right.
Yep.
Yep.